Everyone has an article of clothing hanging in their closet that has special significance in their life. For Jay Bittler, it's his Air Force jacket. Today, we're going to show him how to frame and display his jacket using the best inside framing techniques available, like spacers.
That looks awesome.
Nice.
Forms, and quilting guns.
Hey, I'm Shahnaz LaCaze, and today on Get Framed, I'm going to show Jay, this really awesome guy who served in Desert Storm, how to preserve his wartime medals and display them proudly.
Oh, look
What do you
at that.
think? Photos and artwork are supposed to go on the wall, but clothing belongs on a hanger, right? Not today. I'm going to let you in on the pro's technique for framing a uniform jacket with military precision.
This uniform belongs to Jay Bittler. He served in the Air Force during Desert Storm, and he's got a box full of medals and patches to prove it, all of which have been hidden away in the back of his closet. I've come up with a plan that I think he's gonna like.
Hey Jay,
Hello,
what's up?
hello, Shahnaz. Very good to finally meet you. Put a face to the name, so to speak, right?
So those pictures that I got on the computer, you know, don't measure up. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is really neat. I'm excited. Look at this. It's a little blast from the past here. My old military gear. I love it.
Very neat. Yeah, I can totally imagine you wearing it.
Yeah, it's an American uniform.
That's awesome. And you brought the medals?
Yeah, we have just kind of a bunch of different ones here. Just to kind of pick a few here. This is one that I like is the expert marksman ribbon, so I guess I'm a pretty good shot, crack shot to say that. Watch your back. And this one here is from when I went to Saudi, so I like that one too.
Jay would like to hang his jacket above his fireplace, but in order to do that, we're gonna have to make a few adjustments.
So I got those measurements, and you know, with the jacket out like this, it's not gonna work because it's not
Too
high
big.
enough.
Yeah, right.
But I have a solution.
Let's hear it.
Let me show you this drawing that I came up with. See how I fold it up? You still get to see the most important part, which is where the medals get displayed.
Nice, I like it.
And then what I have here is we're gonna make another cutout, separate cutout to display your medals on and your patches.
Good. That's very good. Yeah, look at that.
One way to make a frame look custom is to use fabric as your backdrop. Use neutral colors that coordinate with your artwork. Jay has chosen a blue and gray color combo for his piece.
I know you're on a budget, and I found the most amazing frame.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're gonna love this.
Should I close my eyes?
Here it is.
Oh, look at that.
Check this out.
Bam! Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Holy cow, it's huge.
I got this for $45.
Get out of here. That's awesome. I mean, I don't know anything about, like, I'm definitely no expert, but I would have guessed it was going to be way more than that. Holy cow.
If you got this custom made, it would cost you over $450.
Oh my gosh, wow. That is ridiculous. You got it for $45. That is absolutely unbelievable.
And, you know, I found it at an estate sale.
Okay.
And, you know, when you're looking for a secondhand frame, there are certain things that you're just going to find on it. You're going to find nicks and scratches sometimes.
Okay.
You know, so you have to really look and see what you can live with, what you can probably fix, because a lot of the things are fixable. What you want to do is just dab the actual scratched area.
Okay.
And you want to try not to get any on the finish itself. So as soon as you dab the area, you want to make sure you wipe off any excess on the actual wood finish. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. My mother always taught me to not go outside the line, so I'm pretty steady-handed.
Most frames that you'll find at yard sales will still have stuff in them. Don't let that throw you off. It's easy to get the guts out so that you can make your frame your own.
All you need is a wire cutter, an awl, and a knife.
Pretty easy.
Okay. So grab the wire cutters. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to cut this wire in half.
I think I can handle that.
Okay.
I think I can handle that.
There you go. That was easy.
Use the awl to get any screws out of the frame.
Okay, so now we'll put an X on here, and then that way that'll get us started in breaking this paper off, and just like unwrap it like you're,
Okay.
Just want to get it
Like it's Christmas.
Yeah.
What'd I get, Mom? What'd you get me?
And that's all there is to it.
If you've got cool collectibles that you'd like to get framed, our website has all the steps. Check us out at DIYnetwork.com.
From a $45 bargain to a custom shadow box frame, and all it took was a little coloring inside the lines. Just imagine what we can do with a little fabric and some foam core. That's up next. And later, we share the secret for framing clothing perfectly. Good thing Jay knows how to use a needle and thread.
Hey, I'm Shahnaz LaCaze and this is Get Framed. We've just brought an old frame back to life, and we're going to do the same thing with an Air Force jacket that's been gathering dust in Jay Bittler's closet.
The plan is to create a plush fabric backing and a pedestal for Jay's Collectibles. The first order of business, measure the frame from the inside.
And there we got just under 34 1/4. So 29 1/4 by 34 1/4. Yeah?
Right. That little bit extra over 29 by 34 is actually called framer's allowance.
Okay, what's that?
And what that does is the frame is always cut a little bit larger, usually 1/8 of an inch, and that's to give all the materials that go inside room to expand. As you noticed, I put in all the materials that we're going to be using.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily in the right order, but I put them in so we can measure out whatever space we have left to make our spacers with.
Okay, so the spacers are going to be the distance between the glass on the front and
Right,
then the
and the
actual
back.
back. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so if you measure from our materials to the edge of the frame,
Okay, let's see.
we'll see what we have.
It's 3 1/4 inches.
Okay, 3 1/4. So on this frame then, I would make it 3 inches. And I would leave that 1/4 inch because we need something to nail our materials into. So we
Okay.
have that little space to put the nails in.
Okay.
So we've got our 3-inch spacer in. Usually you would measure from side to side
Right.
to get this length. And I've made it right underneath what the actual measurement
Yeah.
because when we mount our fabric onto this spacer, I need that little room to
Okay.
wrap around.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, and after we wrap our fabric, it's gonna fit a little more snug.
Okay.
Okay, so you would cut 2 for each side, and the
Alright.
reason why I'm cutting 2 is because it makes a thicker ledge. And we
Okay,
need,
to put the back on as a thick
yeah, we
ledge,
need
so-
that
okay.
ledge so the back stays,
That makes
you know,
sense.
so it doesn't fall through really
Yeah.
easy.
Be a little too thin if it was just the one.
Right. Now we're gonna wrap all our pieces in fabric.
Okay.
I've got right here one of the sides of our spacers.
Okay.
But we need to wrap also our backboard that the jacket goes on
Right.
and the little pedestal that we're going to use for the metals.
Okay.
Okay, so to begin, we have to double stick tape these together to make that thicker ledge.
Right.
Okay. So just put 2 long strips. Okay,
Neat
and then
opening.
a little bit of glue, and just put a couple of drops here and there.
We're cutting the fabric with room to wrap it around the back of the foam core. We'll need a small paint tray and a roller and some fabric glue. We're rolling the glue on the foam core in a thin layer as if we're painting.
Now what we have to do is wait till it gets a little bit tacky, and the way you can tell is by putting your finger on here. When it gets tacky, the board will actually lift up a little with your finger.
Okay.
And it usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes, and I have a blow dryer so we can speed up the process.
Very nice.
Yeah, and you want to put it on a cool setting,
Okay.
because if it's hot, it's just going to stay sticky longer. You always have to make sure that you're applying your strip on the right side of the fabric. You don't want to apply it on the side that you actually want to show. So, you know, sometimes the fabric looks the same, but this
yeah,
you
I
can
see
tell
there's
that
two
it's a
different
little
textures,
bit different.
yeah.
So this is the back of the fabric.
Okay.
So you're just going to flip that over and center it so you can have that 1.5 inch
Right, okay.
all the way around that we had measured out.
That look good?
Yeah, that looks good to me. And then just apply light pressure all the way through, just like that. And then that way you can also feel for bubbles if you want to feel across there really quick. There's no, you know, I didn't feel any bubbles at all. Okay, good. So now, on our back side here, we're going to use the double stick tape.
Okay.
And we're going to wrap these edges. So if you want to apply the double stick tape right along the edge,
We're trimming the excess fabric, leaving some foam core exposed to stick to the side of the frame.
So you cut down into the corner, let's see, halfway before you get there.
So like at a 45-degree angle?
Yeah, yeah, okay. And on, you know, on that seam. And then, let's see, you grab your scissors and just cut the excess away, leaving a little bit of that corner still there. Like it looks like a little ear.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. And you do the same thing on the other side. Halfway down, and then trim off the excess. Yeah, so now all we need now is this is glass filament tape, which is really, really strong.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be this same exact tape, it just has to be really strong tape. So then you just grab your corner, pull it, and tape it down. So easy. You know, this is the same exact process that we're going to use on the other pieces.
Okay.
So, you know, it's nice to start on a smaller piece just so you can get the hang of it and it's easier to work with because it's smaller, and then work on the big pieces. If you've missed any of these steps, you can catch them all on our website at DIYnetwork.com.
Coming up, Jay's jacket starts to take form with a special framer's trick. And we'll see a soldier sew, but this is manly sewing. It's all coming together next. And later, we'll see what Jay thinks of all his hard work.